Oh.
I wanted to say hi.
I was really ready to do a whole thing, and you just jumped in.
Sorry. Go ahead.
You want me to do the whole thing?
Yeah, do the whole thing. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll try to muster it up.
Okay, fine.
Let me get lubricated real quick.
Yeah, get lubricated.
Pause.
Not resume.
Okay. Warning. The things you are about to hear are based on true events. In fact, they're entirely true events. The discussions we're about to have today, the stories being told, are including murder and death. We do not prohibit the use of murder.
Or death.
And we also want to say that we do not, while I will make fun and poke jokes, we do not make fun of people dying, even if they do deserve it. And we do realize here, and we accept, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. With that being said, viewer discretion is advised. And welcome into the Shout It Out Podcast.
Hi.
I love it.
Thank you.
I should have done that with mine, damn it.
Well, we did. Oh no, we did kind of. Did we describe what people did?
I think a little bit.
I think some of the
not
questions
to
did.
not to like a gruesome level.
Yeah. I think it was like vague descriptions.
Yeah, it was vague descriptions, graping and stuff like that.
Yeah, still viewer discretion advised, but to a lesser degree.
Yeah.
I will be going into as much detail as I can with this.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm going to be going through a story about a man who's killed. There's going to be a plot twist at the end. If while I'm saying the story you recognize it and know what's happening, don't say anything. I want this surprise at the end. But there will be a plot twist, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
But this story is about a man who was murdered by a woman.
Woman.
And then she was
I love Chesette.
then she was hung
Oh goodness.
in the town,
Okay.
and everybody witnessed it. In fact, it was so publicized that there was posters and it was like a whole event thing.
Wow.
Yes, we will go into it. I believe
Jack the Ripper. I'm just kidding.
No. It happened here in the U.S., Tennessee. I believe the town is Irwin, Tennessee. The town of Irwin, Tennessee.
What year?
What year? 1916.
Wow.
So kind of old, but not that kind of old.
100 years.
Yeah.
Plus.
It's been a minute.
More.
100 years plus.
It's not like all the way back in the colonial days, but it's been a hot minute. And there are images of the hanging.
108 years.
1753.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
There's pictures of the hanging.
Yes, there are pictures. I can show you guys after if you'd like to, but I can't show you it now because it reveals the plot twist.
Okay.
So I guess if you want me to just jump straight into it,
Yeah.
I can.
Let's get it.
We're right here.
Okay. So we start off with a let me find his name real quick. Hold on. I need to find his first name and I'm having trouble doing so. Give me a moment. I got it. It starts with a man named Charlie Sparks. Now, Charlie Sparks was the son of a man who opened up a circus. So Charlie took that over, and him and his wife ran a circus.
Sorry about this.
Oh, God.
Trying to close stuff up.
Okay.
At least she warned us.
I might do like a back and forth thing, and kind of just because I can't go too.
This is really cool so far.
Okay, thank
Not
you.
gonna lie.
Thank you. I just can't go too deep into one specific portion because in doing
People
so,
They will know. Are you sure we know?
I mean, you might know of the story the further down the line I get, but it's the plot twist about something that I don't want to speak until the end.
Okay.
So
He hung himself.
no, the woman is hung.
I know, but I'm saying at the plot twist is that at the very end he hung himself.
That would be fucked. But it all starts with Charlie Sparks.
Suicide by rope.
He's running the circus with his wife, and it's old-timey circus, so they have all the usual shit, acrobats,
Yeah.
fucking exotic
Is there a
animals
pair
and
of
shit.
twins that are stuck together?
It doesn't say, but maybe there was.
Could be.
Because a lot of them there was.
It does say.
Twins.
Hold on.
Siamese twins? Siamese twins? Siamese? I think it's
I'm looking here for a second.
You go right there, baby.
I'm sorry. It's kind of, I gotta kind of jump around on this thing here a little bit.
Should probably throw away that calendar.
Yeah, probably.
It's 2023.
I gotta find. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to jump into The Man Who Dies.
Okay.
Insert dramatic music here. Man Who Dies. The man's name was Walter, nicknamed Red, Eldridge. Now his job was kind of like the animal tamer.
Oh, cool.
He was kind of in charge of making sure the animals stick to the script,
Okay.
do what they got to do. If like they're doing like a parade or something, you make sure that the animals are going with the parade. None of them are like, walking down 5th Street checking out stocks and shit.
Yeah.
He was in charge of that.
Stocks.
Yeah. And
Hey, the animals gotta know their stocks. They gotta know if the banana market's going up.
so there's the woman involved with this circus. Her name was Mary. And while the Sparks, being Charlie and his wife, hired, I'll just call him Red because it'll probably be easier. You guys will remember Red is Eldridge.
Yeah, Red is the lion tamer.
Yeah,
Animal tamer.
So they hired Red because theoretically he's supposed to be gentle with the animals, so he should be a pretty good animal guy. But he very much wasn't. In fact, many sources say that he was actually a really, really shitty guy at his job. And the fact that he even got the job was nothing short of a miracle itself. So, he definitely didn't fit the bill for what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, Red had a tool that he would use to get the animals to listen to him. It was like this makeshift kind of whip thing. It had like these hooks, kind of like prong things.
I got you.
So he would whip the animals to get them to do what they got to do. And this whip would like really dig into the flesh of the animal. So
Yeah.
it's not like the horse whips to make them, just give them a little sting to get a kick in their ass.
Yeah.
This is like borderline torture
Yeah.
kind of shit. And Mary didn't like that. Not at all. In fact, Mary was pretty pissed about how this motherfucker treated the animals. So much so that Mary fucking killed this guy
Oh, good.
in broad daylight in the middle of a parade. Or I don't know if it was in the middle of a parade. Hold on. It might not have been in the middle of a parade. It might have been like when they were just walking through a town. I guess that's the same thing as a parade, but either way, she didn't like it. And long story short, Red ended up on the street with his head squashed
Oh.
like a watermelon.
Oh.
You ever seen those videos of like a watermelon get squished by like a hydro press?
Yeah.
It just
Yes.
goes
Yeah.
pretty much that. The dude was killed instantly from that, which is understandable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very understandable. He got fucked up, and this understandably shook the entire town, and they were like, "Holy shit, that was really gruesome." And they decided that Mary needed to die because that was.
Oh, so they hanged Mary.
We're gonna get there. They decided Mary needed to die. So, the Sparks, the people who ran the circus, they really liked Mary. But they understood that if Mary stayed around,
the circus wasn't going to stay around because the public pretty much said, hey, yo, it's either your circus or it's Mary. So we're killing one of them. You decide which one it's going to be. So ultimately, they decided it's going to be Mary.
I want to see if I can find the exact date that it happened, the hanging. I don't know if I'll be able to. Let me see. I don't know if I can find a date.
It's okay. We'll find it later.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like an article thing that I'm reading through, so I gotta like
Scroll up.
I gotta like scroll through
down,
and try and find. Yeah, I'm not finding a date, but either way, they take Mary to Erwin, Tennessee, to perform the hanging. I want to figure out if there's any. Yeah, okay. We'll just jump straight to this. To hang Mary,
Yeah.
they didn't quite use a rope because that wasn't gonna fit the bill.
What,
Did they use the whip?
What do you mean that wasn't going to fit the bill?
Did they use the whip?
They did not use the whip.
Oh.
They decided to use a chain
Oh.
to hang Mary. But Mary didn't quite go as fast as people would have hoped. So Mary stood there in front of a giant crowd
It's
of
all about.
onlookers for 30 minutes,
Slowly
dying, struggling for air.
You wanna know why?
And everyone, well, hold on. Everyone could could hear her screaming and pretty much crying out for help to get breath, and they had to sit for 30 minutes do that shit and just wait.
I'm sorry, at one point, do you not just say fucking and pull out the gun?
I guess that never crossed anyone's mind.
At one point, do you just like lift her back
I guess
up
they wanted her
and
to
then be like,
suffer.
all right,
Well, they actually tried
attempt
that.
number 2.
They actually tried that. They tried like redoing it, but it didn't quite work. So it was kind of like, instead of like it doing anything, it was more like, here's a glimpse of air for a second, and now you'll back up for another go. But
You wanna know why?
why?
Because they probably didn't measure the chain in her body and the weight of her body properly.
Sort of.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I'll say the main problem is the reason it didn't go well is because something like this has never been done before. So you don't really have a blueprint to go off of.
Of
still the same thing like a
hanging people
rope.
with a chain.
More like this is where the plot twist comes in. It's not necessarily hanging people by a chain, but it's hanging elephants.
What?
So the twist of the story is that Mary is an elephant. Mary
Oh, shit.
is the elephant that Red was the trainer of. And Mary
Stomped on his head.
was a very gentle and very sweet elephant. And the Starks actually raised her from when she was like 3 years old. She was an Asian elephant. So she was a very sweet elephant. And, you know, she was always doing her shit. And she was very nice. She had a tamer before that worked with her and never had a problem with him. But I think they fired him or something happened. I didn't see it in the article. But something happened with the guy that originally was handling Mary, and then Red came in. And Red, during that fateful moment, was whipping Mary with his whip, and she decided she had enough of his bullshit. And according to onlookers, Mary apparently took her tusk, reached back, grabbed him off of her back, slammed him to the ground, and then proceeded to stomp on his skull.
Jesus Christ.
In a way.
All of this started because Mary wanted to stop and get a piece of watermelon. And Red did not like that.
So Red decided, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you with a whip. And Mary said, you know what, fine, I'm gonna crush your fucking skull.
I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
Guess what, bitch? Your head gonna pop like a watermelon. Bitch.
So this is a pretty infamous story because it's so wild
How do you...
to hang an elephant. It's such a bizarre story, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because it's like you don't really like
You don't hear about animals getting executed.
Well, no, we've had animals get executed in our time, like Harambe and shit, but like nobody turned around and was like, let's hang Harambe, because you don't think to hang a fucking animal. You know, you think of like a lethal injection or some shit like that, but I guess they didn't have any lethal injections back then. But also, how the fuck do you kill an Asian elephant? And how do you do it on display so that way the public will like you again? So, Mary earned the nickname of Murderous Mary during this time. Since then, many people have kind of changed their view about Mary in the town.
Because now we kind of know what happened and know how douchebag of the trainer that person, what the fuck was his name?
Red.
Red. We kind of know how big of a douchebag Red was.
Yeah.
And also, that's like animal cruelty, because you're supposed to just let animals kind of die and not make them suffer.
It's kind of like the most extreme version of animal cruelty that could be done.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know a worse thing you could do. That's just wild. But I think there was talks of like possibly releasing her back into the wild.
That would have been cool.
But the big problem for the Sparks during all of this was they needed to like regain the trust of the community without, I guess, further, or without like the entire circus going in flames because your elephant murdered someone in broad daylight. So it's like, well, we have to do something to show the community that we care, so let's hang the elephant.
It's Markham.
I'll show you an image, though.
It's Markham.
I'll show you the image of Mary hanging.
Jesus Christ. They had to use a crane.
Yeah, they had to use a crane.
They used a crane.
Look at how the fuck you gonna hang an elephant? You can't tie it to a tree.
You don't.
So they had to figure it out, I guess.
You don't. That's terrible.
It was a super publicized event. It was like,
well, yeah, I don't think anyone would ever fantasize of hanging a fucking elephant.
It was like, come one and all, watch Mary the elephant die.
Get fucking hanged.
To show that we still love you guys.
And suffer for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that I couldn't imagine.
Dude, nah, cause like you can't do it like a human, because you know obviously there's no platform or anything like that. You're not gonna have the force that will break their neck and do all that shit. You had to lift up and then slowly have her suffocate.
And she's like, you know, elephants got a fucking extremely thick neck.
Yeah.
So it's not like there wasn't really a way you were gonna break her neck anyway.
No, not really.
So it's like all you're gonna be able to do is just sit there and listen to her fucking die for 30 minutes. That, oh my god, I couldn't imagine.
Only imagine, bro. That's, oh my god.
But for a while, the town kind of like forgot about it, and like no one really talked about it because you know you don't want to be remembered as the town that killed an elephant. But since then, the community has kind of been more open about it. I believe there's a statue now for Mary.
Good.
I don't think they still refer to her as Murderous Mary anymore.
Probably not.
Let me see.
It still hurts though. It's an elephant.
It does hurt because it's really just...
It's an elephant.
It's really just Mary was sticking up for herself the only way she knew how, because she's a fucking animal. And then she had to suffer and be hung. And
sit there for 30 minutes
Slowly dying.
struggling for life, all because she was mistreated. Let's see.
I don't like it.
I know.
That shit's crazy, bro.
I will say this. I will credit the I guess my knowledge for this to Mr. Ballin. He
Yeah.
did a video about
I
it,
think I remember watching it.
and I remember watching. I was like, "That's fucking crazy." I don't know if I can find the statue for her.
Are there any other like animal attacks that we know of? Like that are like really bad?
I'm sure there are. I can't think of it at
There's
the
a tiger
moment.
attack once and someone got
S-
killed.
what the fuck was her name? Sigmund and Freud, right? Wasn't it Sigmund and Freud
I have no idea.
with the tiger, with the white tiger, something like that?
I have no idea.
I don't know the name of it.
I don't remember. I think it was Sigmund and Freud.
I believe this is the, I guess, quote unquote, monument they have for her. It's not very big, and it's not very impressive, but
It's a monument.
it's better than forgetting she ever died in the first place.
It's something.
Her remains are buried somewhere next to a railroad.
How big of a fucking hole do you have to dig for?
I have no idea, but since no one really gave a fuck about no one gave a fuck about Mary, so like her remains weren't really preserved or I guess respected.
Shit.
So the most likely scenario is that her bones are buried beneath probably some kind of parking lot or some
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
Because no one would think to check for a giant elephant carcass underneath where you're constructing.
Yeah.
So she's probably buried underneath some kind of building or a parking lot or some shit where she was hung. Because she was hung, I think she was buried like literally on the other side of the railroads of where she was hung. So it was kind of like she died and it was like, alright, just push her to the other side. So her remains are probably still just chilling out somewhere
Jesus Christ.
that no one knows of, but that's a fucking crazy ass story.
Dude, that
Very
shit's
much so.
insane. I feel bad for Mary, man.
I do too.
It hit my heart when he told me that it was an elephant. I didn't
Yeah.
like it. I almost cried.
I think what makes it like more surreal is like, you know, we've all seen movies with like elephants and shit, so we kind of already have that like innate memory of what an elephant in distress sounds like.
Yeah.
So when you think of this elephant who got hung and was hanging for 30 minutes, you can already imagine what the sound of being in that crowd would have been like. Because, like, you know, we've seen movies with, like, people getting hung and shit, but, like, I don't know, maybe for at least me, I always feel like it's more dramatized than what it would be in reality. I feel like most hangings in history were a quick break of the neck and you're done kind of situation.
Yeah.
But like, so like I can't really make like the connection of, oh, this is how it would sound to be in the crowd while this person is being hung in front of you. But like for the elephant, you know, she didn't go
Peacefully.
quickly.
Or quick
It
at all.
wasn't peaceful. She was probably
Flailing her.
kicking,
Yeah.
struggling, trying whatever she could do to not die, and you can already hear the sounds of what a distressed elephant sounds like, and now you can tape it to the image of her dangling. So it's a tough fucking pill to swallow, but it's just, it's a crazy situation. It's a crazy story. And I think it's probably one of the most famous, I guess, animal quote unquote murders, at least that I know of. I don't
for
know
sure.
of many stories of animals that have killed someone and it's been that publicized. Because, like, you know, I was talking about Harambe, he didn't even kill anyone, and he got executed.
Yep.
So it's weird. Like, I feel like Mary's story is both like popular but also not popular. Like, I feel like if you're outside of that community, you don't really know that it ever happened.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they kind of buried it underneath the rug for so many years. And the only reason they did anything about it is because at some point people started resurfacing these stories, and then tourists from all over the world were coming, or at least all over the country, were going to that town and were like, you guys are the town that killed the fucking elephant.
Yeah.
And now everyone who's living there is like, Jesus Christ. Everyone thinks that we're the people that just killed the elephant.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you did. You did.
Yeah.
But,
Well, not necessarily, unless they just moved there and then someone says it.
well, it's a small town.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that town where, like, the
If-
families who have
If
been
your
there.
grandparents were there, you're probably gonna be there.
Yeah, the families who are there have been there for many, many years.
Yeah.
But, so, like,
Generations.
I don't blame the people who are there now
Yeah.
for it. You know, that's not something they did, and probably not something they really knew about until maybe a certain point in their life. But at the other end, it's like, you know, unfortunately, that's what your town's going to be known for.
Yeah.
Especially since the internet is so vast now that information spreads so quickly.
I still just can't believe it's an elephant.
Yeah. But that's why I said at the beginning, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've never trained any circus animals. I've never dealt with any exotic animals. I don't even know that field. I don't know what you need to do to be qualified in that field. I don't know what you got to do to really understand the animals that you're working with. But I think I understand as a common person not to piss off a 1,000-pound creature
Yeah, I think so too.
or 1,000-ton. I think she was 1,000 tons. Let me just
It would
double
be
check.
tons. It would be tons.
Yeah, I think she was 1,000 tons.
It would be tons. It's not pounds, tons.
Tons sounds more
Yeah,
accurate.
ton sounds right.
It's tons, baby.
I want to double check because I like to be sure.
Yeah.
100 tons. No. It's a 100-ton crane that they used. How the fuck much was she? I'm struggling here.
You're good. You're good.
I can't find it.
Probably 1,000 tons.
She's a big bitch. I'll say that. She's a lot of weight. It's a fucking elephant. I'm not pissing that thing off.
Nah.
That should. I don't even like to piss off dogs.
Yeah.
Because I know a dog can fuck me up. So a literal gigantic creature that's not only just fucking huge but smart as fuck, I'm not pissing that thing off. Hell no. The shit an elephant can do to you, honestly, maybe just getting stomped was the best situation that he could have got out of that.
Yeah, because otherwise.
Because she could have made that shit slow and painful.
Yeah.
He got a quick, easy death. I think he should count himself pretty lucky. Because she could have made that a fucking nightmare for him.
Yeah.
If she just kept slamming him to the ground, that probably would have taken like 5 minutes for him to die. Which would have been arguably worse than getting your head fucking squashed. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Sorry, I had to get some coffee.
It's okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't fuck with it.
Me
That-
neither, baby.
It's just like, it's a giant fucking elephant, dude. What are you doing?
Crazy shit.
And also, like, you know, part of me blames the Sparks too, because like, dudes,
Why'd you get rid of the first trainer that was so good?
I don't remember what happened. I think something happened that the trainer either left on his own or they fired him. Something along the lines. But dudes, you got to do your background checks on the next motherfucker that you're gonna have to handle a fucking
Elephant.
gigantic elephant that can kill people. Like, Jesus Christ. If she just sits in the wrong spot, she can kill someone. And that's not even an intentional thing to do. So, you gotta go through the resumes and see who's the most qualified person for this fucking job. Because that's a lot of pounds to put in one motherfucker's hands.
And that's a great way to segue to our sponsor, Indeed.
I thought it was going to be like a weight loss fucking company. Oh, a double sponsor. Indeed and weight loss.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers, yeah, that's
Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers.
My mom used to use it. Well, she technically still uses it. But
That's the new slogan for Weight Watchers. You're either going to lose a couple pounds or we're going to crush your skull.
with a bucket elephant.
Hell yeah.
you want to do Fed It Up?
I was going to talk for a little longer.
Let's
It's only been 30 minutes. Are you okay with that? You'll be okay with it. I was just gonna ask a few questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay? I'll say this, because I know I kind of did a shit story, explanation of the story. I kind of did a shit job at that, so I'll take a
It
little bit
wasn't
of
shit
front
story.
there. Okay. I guess.
Just hit the heart.
Okay. To you guys, what was like the most, I guess, interesting part about that story?
The fact that it was an elephant.
Understandable.
That's understandable.
That's what
Very-
draw me into.
That they were okay with hanging an elephant.
Yeah, that they were okay with you know what? 1,000-ton bitch. 100-ton crane. God.
It was less than okay, and it was more of like heavily
Do
voted.
something. Do it.
Yeah.
Fucking do it, or you're getting out of town.
Pretty much think of like an angry mob for Frankenstein, but that's how they were coming towards,
The elephant, Jesus Christ.
yeah, to fucking Mary. Mary, like, was essentially the Frankenstein of that town.
You know what? Mary, bless your soul. I wish you would have fucked them off.
Go
on a rampage.
I would say they should consider themselves lucky.
Go on a rampage.
Because that elephant really could have fucked up that whole damn town. And that would have been bad. I think I know a story, actually, of another elephant. And, I think it got pissed off at a dude. And, I think on the dude's, no, let me back up. There was an elephant that got pissed off at a guy and killed him. And the elephant like trampled over him, fucked him up. And then while they were having the funeral for the guy, somehow the elephant found its way back,
Yeah, I
recognized the dude, and fucked up his body again, and then dipped again. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a double tap from a fucking
I
elephant.
think that was in like India, right?
I think so. So there's the moral of the story. Don't piss off elephants.
No.
They will remember your ass and come back for seconds.
Elephant never forgets. That's the fucking.
That's
That's
his
the
thing.
saying.
Could you imagine going through the grief of a family member dying, and then you see that you're at the funeral, and you know you're paying your respects, and then the fucking elephant comes back and tramples the body again,
Could you imagine him sliding back for more and just being like, ah,
dude.
bro, really slid back for round 2, dog.
What do you even do in that situation? At that point, I'm like, yo, just give the body to the fucking elephant, man.
Just let him have it.
Cause like
Let him have it.
this shit ain't worth it. The motherfucker just gonna keep on coming back. Just maybe we do a closed casket next time.
Yeah, something.
I don't know if it was open casket. I hope it wasn't, cause that would have been bad. I hope they do something for Mary in the town though, like one day of the year to pay some kind of respects. I hope they do some. Red, if your ghost is listening to this,
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
you fucked up, pal. You fucked up, guy. Listen, dog. If you didn't like animals, why'd you fuck? You didn't have to take the job.
That's facts. Like, why you whipping shit?
You could have been a
Why you whipping
librarian
shit?
or some shit, man.
Yeah, bro, you could have been something else.
You could have been the guy who shovels the shit.
Yeah, something.
You don't have to deal with the animals then. You just gotta wait for them to
Shovel the
leave.
shit.
You had options, man. You didn't have to go fucking whip it on elephants. And that doesn't... I don't know if that means you deserved it. I don't know if I can say you deserved to get your head crushed.
I'm gonna say he deserved it.
But... Yeah, I don't know if you deserve it. But you definitely didn't do enough to exempt it. So, I don't know. I don't know where the fine line is, if there is a fine line.
Fuck that, he deserved it.
I mean, I could definitely understand people saying that he deserved it.
For sure.
You know, like I said at the beginning, you know, a life is a life. But dude, like, I can only defend a dude so far. Like, there's only so much I can do. It's like
He had a makeshift whip that tore skin off of animals.
yeah.
You know what I would have done? I would have grabbed that and whipped him
Tore
with it.
skins out of animals.
I would have whipped him with it.
It's like the people who are...
She would have done the Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
I was thinking more Django
Oh, that's good too.
when he took the whip and whipped that motherfucker.
That's good too.
That was an awesome ass scene. I love that scene. That's essentially what Mary did, except she whipped his body on the ground and then stomped on his head. She curb stomped his ass, which is fucking wild. She's the inventor of that shit. Pay your respects to the original curb stomper. I feel bad for the people who had to see that shit.
I feel bad for I don't feel bad for the people who sat there and just continued to watch for the whole 30 minutes.
For that
If there was a whole mob, that means like they were there and they were waiting for her to die. They did not want to leave until they knew this elephant is dead,
yeah, for the people who attended the hanging,
and cheered, "Fuck you."
I don't feel bad if you walked away with some kind of trauma from that shit.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for you. For the people who witnessed Mary curb stomping the dude, I feel a little bad for, because you're like, you're just
That's trauma.
you're just sitting there like, yeah, elephant, this is fucking awesome. Oh my god! I hoped someone wasn't on the opposite end and didn't get no brain matter, just kind of whoosh, like fucking SeaWorld splash zone in their face.
Could you imagine just shit. Oh no.
I would hate to be the dude who's just sitting there like, oh my god, and then fucking brain matter drenches you and you're like, ah! I feel bad for the motherfucker who got sprayed by brain matter if someone
And
did.
or blood.
I feel bad for that person, if that person exists.
Yeah.
For the people who witnessed that, I feel
sorry.
bad, a little bad for you too, because you had to see that shit, but then you were also part of the people that rioted and made sure that she died by hanging, so...
And not by like tranquilized darts or some shit.
Well, you also didn't ask questions,
That's also
apparently.
that's
Like, you didn't ask, was he fucking with the elephant? And the way I view things, if you run into a situation with any wild animal where you come out injured and or dead, my first instinct, my first question is always, what were you doing to the animal? Because, let's get something straight. There's a reason us humans do not live in the wild anymore. Because we can't handle that shit, and we can't handle the motherfuckers that do live in the wild. So if you find yourself in a situation with a wild animal, and you get the short end of the stick, I have to ask, what the fuck were you doing to the animal?
That's fair.
It's like the people in Yellowstone who have been fucking with the bison. And then this one girl got hurt and got trampled on by a bison. And I have to ask the question, well, why the fuck were you so close to it? I'm sure there are thousands of fucking signs all over the National State Park telling you to watch out for these animals. If you see them, observe from a distance, keep your distance, and don't go fucking with them.
Yeah.
So if you cross that threshold, I can't back you up anymore.
I can't defend you no more, guy.
Like, it's out of my hands. You know, if you're at the zoo and, you know, like an animal breaks out and then fucks you up, that's one thing.
That's something that falls on the zoo. You weren't necessarily antagonizing anything, and you just ended up getting fucked up. I feel for you on that.
Yeah.
But if you go to Florida and you see a lake and it clearly says that there's alligators in there, and then your dumbass goes and fucking taps the nose of an alligator with your foot, and then you end up losing that foot, I can't defend you, dude. You don't fuck with these wild animals, even if they're quote unquote tamed.
They're still wild animals.
Now thinking about it, what was that chimp's name?
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
He fucked up that girl's whole face.
Yeah, he fucked up that girl's whole face.
I don't remember what the fuck his name was.
Do you remember what the name of that chimp is?
Nope.
Fuck.
Okay.
It was something like Bobo or some shit like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up now.
But there's so many cases of people who own chimps, and then one day the chimp just goes fucking apeshit and fucks someone up. And it's like, dude, that's a big ass animal. Why are you fucking with these animals?
Is this it?
I can't handle that shit.
Travis. I think his name was Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, Travis the chimpanzee. Wait, right?
I know there's multiple cases.
Yeah. February 16th, 2009, Travis attacked and mauled his owner's friend in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Blinding her, severing body parts, lacerating her face, all that stuff, and he was shot and killed by a police officer.
Yeah.
At the scene.
It's like, why do you put yourself in that situation? It's a wild animal. There's been some times where I make exceptions for people who have kept animals for a certain amount of time, but at some point you gotta cut it off. There was this one woman who had a panther cub, but when she found it, it was a cub, and she thought it was just a regular kitten, which is understandable. Baby cats all look like house cats, so she took it and brought the shit home, and then at some point she realized when it was fucking massive, oh shit, this isn't a house cat, this is a fucking panther. At that point, you need to call up the zoo and be like, yo, I got a panther in my house, come pick it up. I don't care if you've had this shit for 4 years and you love it. You can go visit the thing in the zoo. Because you know what happened? The bitch got mauled by the fucking panther.
Really?
Yes. Shit. She went to go feed it one day in her fucking makeshift fucking cage in the backyard, and the fucking thing attacked her. Because it's a wild animal.
Yeah.
It's like...
Oh, I got the incident if you want to talk about it real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so apparently, February 16, 2009, around 3:40, Travis attacked his owner's friend, Carla Nash. So apparently what happened was Travis left the house with the owner's car keys, and Nash tried to get her back into the house. She was holding his favorite toy, a Tickle Me Elmo, and Travis flew into a rage and attacked her. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. So apparently Nash had a different hairstyle and was driving a different car at the time of the attack, so he probably got confused and was like, I don't know you, and attacked her.
As wild animals would do.
Yep. And apparently he was on medication. He was on Xans for Lyme disease.
Oh my god.
And apparently during the attack, it was absolutely horrific, apparently. It was bad. Yeah, I have the aftermath too. Yeah, I have the aftermath too. She had to get face transplant surgery.
I know for a long time she would hide her face because it was so bad.
She lost 9 fingers, her nose, her eyes, lips, and mid-bone face structure.
Yeah, fucking chimps are fucking massive, dude. Yeah. They're like...
No, here's more about the attack. So her owner tried to stop him by hitting him with the head with a shovel, and then he stabbed him in the back with a butcher's knife.
Yeah.
Did not do anything. He literally turned around and was like, "What did you?" He turned around, grew angrier, and then rushed the owner for stabbing him. She got into her car, thankfully, and got there safely. Called 911, and I think at that time, he went back to Nash and started attacking her even more.
Yeah,
Because apparently in the phone call, in the 911 phone call, which you could probably find,
probably.
in the 911 phone call, she says he's eating her.
Listen to that at your own discretion.
I'm not saying listen to that now or something. Actually, don't listen to it now. Finish this video, please.
Finish the pod.
Finish the pod, please.
Or go watch it and come back and
do that.
listen to the last
Or do
5
that.
minutes.
But yeah, it was bad. And then police got there. Travis went towards the police. He smashed the side view mirror, went around to the driver's side door of the police cruiser, opened it, and then was shot 4 times. He went back into the house and was found dead next to his cage. But
yeah, moral of the story.
that chimpanzee is like, those motherfuckers do not play. She lost 9 fingers. Had to get face reconstruction. Lost her eyes, her nose, her lips, everything. Because she grabbed the Tickle Me Elmo toy.
With the wrong haircut.
With the wrong... That's not funny. With the wrong haircut.
The monkey saw the Karen cut and was like, fuck this bitch. And just went at her. That's why you don't fuck with wild animals. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Oh, God. And there's so many stories like that. There are, like, hundreds of stories of people with wild animals.
Sigmund
and it just
Freud.
goes horribly wrong.
Sigmund and Freud was a pretty big one. That was the 2 dudes with the tiger, with the white tiger, right?
I don't know. Maybe I know that story. I don't know.
I think it was Sigmund and Freud. Yeah, it was that. Like, don't fuck with wild animals is the premise of this story and John's earlier story.
Yes.
Do not fuck with wild animals. Stay in your house.
It's like... I just had something on my brain and I can't
Keep
think of
going.
it. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Sit. Good boy.
Give me a second. It's not there. It was there. It might come back.
But probably come back after the show.
I don't know. It keeps coming, getting in and out.
What's it about? Is it like a bear?
I got it. Well, I do know a story about a bear. But I'm going to get this out the way first. Chimps are like 300 plus pounds. So that's like me and extra. That's a lot. And they're not like 300 pounds of fat. Them dudes is straight muscle.
Yeah.
That's like Ray Lewis and some change fucking you up on the daily. Why would you want that? Don't fuck with that shit. And then the story with the bear. I don't remember the dude's name, but he went by, I think, the Grizzly Man. I think there's a couple documentaries about him.
Yeah.
And this dude would go into the woods and would live among
The
grizzly
bears.
bears for an extension of time.
He did this. I think he did this for like years.
Yeah, he did for multiple years. He brought his girlfriend along, and they decided to go like towards I want to say the beginning
But
of
hunting season, right?
I think it was the beginning of hibernation for the bears.
Yeah.
But it was like that sweet spot to where the only bears that are going to be out and about are the ones who are desperate for food. So the kinds of bears that are attack on sight type of bears. And the dude and his girl got mauled and eaten alive by this fucking bear. Because they're playing stupid fucking games.
Yeah, that is also. I'm pretty sure that was also recorded. Thankfully, not the image.
No.
The audio recording
Yeah.
was recorded, and I have not heard of it. I think I've heard maybe a bit of it.
Well,
it might be lost media by this point, which I completely understand.
thing with
I
that-
completely understand.
someone like recreated what it would sound like, but the original audio has never been released because
I
I think
can
it's
believe
owned
that.
by the dude's mother or sister or someone in his family, and she's the only one with the actual recording, and she said she'll probably never release it
That's
or
fair.
even listen to it herself.
That's fair.
Which understandable.
That's fair.
A dude did a documentary on it, and he was saying because he was able to listen to it, the lady let him,
So he was saying that in the audio you can hear him like with these screams of death, and you can. He said he could hear him screaming for help to get a frying pan and hit the bear, telling his girlfriend to run and save herself.
Yeah.
And then hearing her screams and shit. So I think that there's a recreation you can find on YouTube. Listen at your own discretion.
Yeah.
It's graphic shit. But it's not the original audio. Either way, it's stupid. Respect these animals and don't fuck with them, please. Everybody out there, please. If you're fascinated with wild animals, I get it. I love animals myself. I think they're so cool. I love watching the Nat Geographic shit, and when they go through their whole, documentary shit. Me and Alita watched one on, I think it was mountain lions or what was it, baby?
Cheetahs?
No, it wasn't cheetahs. It was like it was like mountain lions or something.
Cheetahs.
It wasn't a cheetah. It was
Cheetah
bigger.
cubs.
No, it was bigger. I don't remember what they were, but I think they were something like mountain lions or pumas or some shit. And I get it. They're fascinating creatures. You want to learn more about them. I completely get it, but that doesn't mean that you gotta be stupid about it. Don't be stupid. Don't risk your life for the sake of, ooh, I wonder. Don't do that shit.
Curiosity killed the cat.
And if you happen to hate
The
animals,
satisfaction brought it back.
if you happen to hate animals, don't deal with them. Just don't do it. I don't care if you have an opportunity for a job that pays well, but you have to deal with animals and you hate animals. Find a different job, please. Go become a manager at McDonald's or some shit. Find a different job, because if you treat these animals with disrespect, they will treat you with disrespect. And their disrespect goes far beyond a whip or a cage. They will fuck you up for life, because they're animals and they don't play that shit. They don't play with that shit. So everyone out there, please, if you love animals, great. Do it responsibly. If you hate animals, less great. More like, okay. But do it respectfully. Please. Too many people get fucked up by animals because you're just acting stupid. That's the moral of the story. Don't be stupid. Stop being stupid. Do not be stupid.
Yeah, do not be stupid.
I'm sorry for my shitty storytelling. That was bad. I could have pieced out that article better. Maybe I'll
alright.
do better next time.
It's fine. It's fine. Do you want to do fed up or fed up with anything or no?
I don't know if I'm fed up with that. Maybe I'm fed up with stupid people and animals.
That could be it.
This whole fucking episode is just what I'm fed up about. There you go. The
I'm
whole
good.
rant is
I'm
the whole
good.
episode.
This was fed up.
Dude, that was fed up. Now we get into the episode. Yeah.
Real now. Sayonara, Jurgen Shanae, bye-bye.
So sick of doing this. You just hate it, don't you?
The dread
No,
Tuesdays.
I want food.
Then get food.
I'm cooking. It's slow.
Dread.
I understand.
I'm cooking.
I understand.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, thank you guys for coming in and listening.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
This is kind of a jumbled, kind of messy episode, but we kind of got the point across.
I mean, animal attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Animal attacks.
I was hoping I was going to be able to find more details about Mary, but it was a little difficult to find an article that had everything, because most of them were just like, Mary was an elephant that died. And then I was like, okay, well, what happened? And I was like, oh, Mary was hung. That's how she died. And I was like, okay, but what did she do? She killed a guy. Then it got hung and died. And it's like, okay, I get it. Well, I need the fillers. I need the background knowledge. If you want to hear a more in-depth story and a much better storytelling of it, go watch Mr. Ballin's video, because he does a much better job than I'll ever be able to do, unless I get to that level. I don't know. That's going to take me. Stop. It's my episode. Stop.
Brr.
I need to turn the fan on.
Turn the fan on.
Okay, I will.
They've dealt with all kinds
AC
of noise
and
in this shit.
I think we're okay.
Don't-
That's
fine.
pretty nice.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, where was I? I was shitting on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you anyway, though.
If you made it all the way through this episode, comment Travis.
Not Travis Scott, though.
Not Travis Scott.
Travis the Ape.
Travis the chimpanzee, baby.
We don't usually say this because we don't really give a shit about it, but I'm gonna try to do my best to promote it as best as I can. If you can, leave a like,
Subscribe,
sub,
leave a
whatever platform you're on. Do
Yeah.
whatever thing you have to do to make us look pretty, because we could use the support.
Yep.
If you have any ideas, our inbox is always open.
Of course.
To suggestions. We would love a suggestion. Honestly, I think I've said this before, very early on.
Yeah.
But still,
Suggestions.
the first suggestion is probably going to be
The best
used.
one. Yes.
It doesn't even matter what it is, really. You can say, talk about sponges, and we're like, fuck yeah, we're doing sponges next week. Let's go. So,
Talk about SpongeBob.
we could do an episode on SpongeBob.
Oh hell yeah.
We could do a whole ass of it. That could be a 2-hour episode on SpongeBob. We'd have to throw that into a 4-parter just to get through all of our shit.
Yeah.
But leave us any suggestions. If you have any tips or any recommendations for the podcast to improve on, we can do that too. But I think that's it. We appreciate you guys for listening.
Of course.
She said bye.
Aaliyah-
Say it more
Aaliyah
sweet
said
like.
bye.
Bye.
I said sweet like.
Bye-bye.
That's pretty good.
That's better.
I'll take that. Have a good one.
Have a good night, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all day.
Respect the elephants.
Yes.